how to alter an ordinary hardcover book to make a junk journal cover out of it, and how to solve this problem if the hardcover, this original size, is obviously too small for the pages that you want to put inside. Hi there, this is Luise Heinzel. Welcome to my channel Junk Journal Art, and welcome to my little series here that's called Ocean Eyes. So in this series I would like to show you how you can create your own junk journal from start to finish. So I would like to share my process in detail, and I would also like to answer some of your questions that you have asked me in the comments below my past videos. And one of the questions was if I can show my process of altering such a book so that you can use it as a junk journal cover. And of course I can do that, and I will do that in this video. So I will show you how you can take the pages out, how to solve this problem when you have this cut here, and so on. So if you are new to junk journaling and you have no idea, you will get the answers that you have to your questions in this video, definitely. So that will go really in detail into the deep details of this stuff here. And I also would like to show you a way how you can enlarge your junk journal cover. So when you have this hardcover book, perhaps you have find it in a thrift store or on a flea market or wherever, and you like the book, or you like this, really cool distressed things here that came with the time. And then you have your printed pages, for example, from a digital printable paper collection like this one here. So this is the Ocean Eyes printable paper collection. Then you print that on your regular paper. I think overseas it's US letter, perhaps you have US letter. This is DIN A4, so that's what we have in Europe. And when you fold that, you have DIN A5, or the half of US letter. I don't know if that has a name, but when you then check this and you put it here as an example, you can see that the pages are way too big. And I found a way, and I think it's also a really decorative way for your journal, to enlarge this cover and make it fit, that the pages fit inside, so that the pages are protected. Okay, so that's also a thing that I want to show you in the second part of this video. So first of all, obviously everything during this series has something to do with my family, because this book here, I took it out from my shelf because I thought this here looks really nice and it has this smaller size. Of course, I've chosen a book for demonstration that is smaller than my pages, so otherwise I can't show you what I want to say here. So and then I had this here and I opened it and I recognized that this thing here comes from my grandmother. This book was gifted to my grandmother, Luise, so you can read her name here, for her birthday in 1948. For me, this is totally unbelievable. She was 28 when she got this book. I don't know. I don't know from who she got this, but I definitely will save those pages, and perhaps I will try to read this. It's really, really old lettering, as you can see. But yeah, I want to use this book because I have to use it. It has no worth when I have it in my shelf and when it gets dusted there. And I think below my last video there were many comments that you thought the same like me. We have to use such treasures, and that's the reason why I want to use it here for this project. Even if this picture here, it doesn't fit this theme, but perhaps we can do something here. But let's first transform this book so that we can use the outer cover here to use it as our junk journal cover. The first thing that you will need to do that is a really, really sharp knife. And you can use something like this, of course, or this scalpel. Is that the right word? I don't know. You need a sharp knife. And first of all, we want to cut here so that we can take the whole page block out of this book. And now probably you would think I lay it to my table like so, and then I can cut here because I can see it and it lays sturdy on my table. But please don't do that. If you cut here, then it can happen that you cut here to the outside, and we don't want to destroy this little slot here. It's really difficult to do that, and it's really dangerous to cut into here. We want to have this later for our new book. So I do it this way. I put it here like so, and then here is this little slot, as you can see. I put my finger as much as I can into here, and now you can see that here is a little space. Ugh. Can you see that? Sorry. This little space there, and here in this little space we have to cut now. So I put it like so, and now I also can see this little edge here, so that I don't cut into there, into this little slot. When I have my knife here now, I only have to make sure that I don't cut my finger, but it would not be possible when I cut down like so to cut into this little slot here. Very carefully, of course. Then I can make sure that this little slot there will be intact later. It looks a little bit strange. It may be that it's a little bit hard to cut. It depends to the book that you have. This was really easy, and as you can see now it's off and this is intact. Then we have this, and then the most of the difficult things are done, because now you can take this whole book page block here, do it like so, take the cover here, press it to the other direction, and then just cut here. The same way we did it on the front side. Okay, so now we have this. And then, as you can see, this looks a little bit strange. Here, of course, we can't make a straight cut. And that's the thing I like to point out, because I think what I do now is really important for, yeah, the beauty of the book, and of course for the handling later when you want to open and close the book and when you want to flip this cover here. So I try to get the paper that is glued here is here as well, and as you can see it comes off here from the cutting. I try to move this to the back until I can see, and here it's a really hard job to see that, the cardboard that comes here through the, I don't know. Normally you can see the cardboard here. I'm a little bit confused at the moment. Let me see if this is here a little bit different. No. In this case, obviously, the paper that was glued here to the spine is glued around here, and it goes underneath this end paper here. Let me show you another example so that you can see better what I want to say. Yeah, here you can see it. So this is the same thing. I've cut the pages out, and then when you have this white paper here and you fold it back, then you can see here the original material of the cover. Can you see that? This brown line there, this gray cardboard. And normally I would fold this back like so, and then cut along here so that I have a straight line for my cover later. Perhaps we can try it first on this side and see what will happen. Strange, strange, strange. Yeah, so here you can see that. Here you can see where the this cardboard is, and I think I can cut here and try it on the other side as well. So sorry about these circumstances, but I haven't expected that. That's the, yeah, Definitely, this is the first time I see this paper glued to the spine and underneath this other paper, and that I can't see this cardboard. That's definitely the first time. But of course, we are junk journaler, we can solve that problem. So as you can see here, now it's a straight cut. And if you want to compare that to the other side, you can see that's a really big difference. And when you open and close the book, that makes a really big difference later. So let's try that here on the other side as well. Now we have this. And I also like to move this thing here a little bit, like so, to make this slot that is here now a little bit, yeah, I would like to say a little bit bigger. When you look here, it's round about 1/2 millimeter. Yeah, Louise. 1/2 centimeter. So I mean 5 millimeters, sorry. And here as well. And that comes because we have cut this here. So, I mean, I don't know if this cover will get this spine later. Probably I will enlarge the spine as well, so that I have the possibility to put more signatures inside here. But what I want to make sure now is that this slot here is really smooth, so you can go over this here with your fingers as well. And the next thing that I want to do is I want to reinforce those little yeah, these areas here. For that I take a tape. So this tape is normally meant to when you buy a new book and you want to protect the corners, then you can take this and glue it here around the corners like so, and then you have the corners protected. And this is nearly the same material like the book surface here. So yeah, it's really good to use this. And first of all, I want to check this condition of the book here from the outside. So this book looks really good. It has no damages here, so that it is okay and enough when I glue the tape only to the inside. When the book looks damaged from the outside, you can, of course, like I did it here, glue this tape all around. So I glued it to the outside here and to the inside as well. So I think here it's enough when we do it only in the to the inside. So first of all, I would like to cut a straight cut here, so that I can make sure that I have a nice line here. Until now, I don't know what will happen to this inside of the book cover. So I want to make all the steps in a, the most possible planned way. So I line this thing up here, this tape, with this line here of this white paper. I don't put it to the very outside here, because I don't know if that will be visible later. When I put it like so, then it looks like it is one here with this white paper. And even if I leave the tape here as it is, it would look not strange, or it would look like someone has planned it when it goes only to this white line there. So then you can just cut that with your scissors and then peel this off. And please excuse the look of my fingernail today. I had so many problems with my sewing machine during the recording process of my German video for this series. So the same like I do here in English, I have done in German a few hours ago. During the process, my sewing machine, I would say nearly died. And I had to ask a friend. She is not here, so I mean she's in Germany and I'm here in Austria. But she said, I think I can help you, Louise. And she was so kind and tried to help me to get that fixed, and guess what? She managed it and she could help me, and we solved that problem together. So my sewing machine is now back to life and I'm so happy. But during this process that we tried to figure out the problem, I have broken my fingernail and this hurts really, really much. As you can see, it's, don't talk about it. Okay, so when you have glued this here, take your bone folder and go over it like so. And the best way is to use this long side of the bone folder and go into this slot like so and press that down. Make sure that this is really good attached here to this thing, and then we will do that same thing here on the other side. So we will take this like so, measure this here with our eyes, that it goes to this white line there, down to this white line here, make a little mark, cut that, and just peel this off and put that here. And you can also let this overlap a little bit in the middle here. It is overlapping to the other thing. I will tell you something in a second about that, because perhaps you think when that is overlapping, that is not so good, because we want to sew in our pages and the signatures later, and perhaps it's not such a good idea when this is overlapping. Of course, you are right, that's not so good, but we can solve that as well. Okay, so like so. So if you have this problem that this is too thick, I mean, it's not much, but it's, you can feel it. If you don't like that, then just take a piece of cardboard, or, no, I don't know, not cardboard, I mean this thing here, such a cardstock, I don't know the difference, sorry. I mean this little thicker paper, then just cut a stripe of this paper and glue that here on top. I mean, of course, like so, the right height and the right width of this. And when you cover that up, then this thing here is, it has gone, it is away. So that's no problem. And also, if you want to cover this with some fabric later, that would be no problem, because it's not visible. This thing will be not visible later. Okay, so when we have this, it looks not so bad. And now, if you think, okay, nice cover, then you can think, if I put my pages inside, I can see that they are way too big for this cover. But I found a way that you can use to enlarge your cover that I want to show you now. So, of course, we need something that is sturdy enough, that goes to, up to here, so that the pages here, and of course here and here as well, are protected. We want to carry our journal in a bag or whatever. We want to take it away. And of course, we need something really sturdy that goes to the very edges of this thing here. So I found something out. So I discovered that by myself. I don't know if someone else did that before. For this project, for this enlarging project, you will need 4 pieces of this scrapbooking paper. You know, this little bit thicker paper that you can get in those paper pads. So these are 30 centimeter by 30 centimeter. And that's a really good size here in Europe, because it's like so. This is the half, nearly the half of DIN A4, like so. I mean, if you put it like so, then you can see DIN A4 is a little bit smaller than this paper pad. DIN A4 has 29.7 centimeters and this has 30 centimeters, and that's perfect. And for this technique you will need 2 pieces of the same pattern if you like that your cover is the same on the front and on the back. So I mean, I have 2 of these that are the same, and I have 2 of these that are the same. So in total we need 4 of those papers here. And the first thing that you please have to decide is which of those patterns, of the both different patterns that you have chosen, which of those do you want to have to be seen on the outside. So this will be something like this later. So you can hold it like so, and you can decide what fits the best to your cover. Of course, it depends. Sorry, I have learned that. It depends to what you want to do with this cover. If you want to put some fabric to the whole cover, then of course you have to decide, would this pattern match the fabric that you want to put here? Or if you want to leave this, you can directly look at this both things here and decide what you want to have here. So I think that this will be, this blue one will be the better choice for the outside, I think, because we have all of those blues in the printable of this Ocean Eyes printable paper collection as well. So I think that will fit the best. And until now, I have to say, I don't know what will happen with this cover. Obviously, this picture doesn't match the theme of this ocean world and of this mermaid theme thing that we want to do in this journal. But I like to plan this in, really a weird way. So I like to have, let me show you it like so. So this is this darker blue. No. Sorry, we will take this edge. I think that looks better with this beige tone here in this pattern. So I like to have it now in this stage that this fits to this. Because it can happen that I only cover this here up later with something else, and that I leave this brown distressing here that came with the time, and then I want to have this matching. If I put some fabric here on top, of course, then I have to choose the fabric that matches this. But I like to plan it that this could stay as it is. So if I say, okay, that looks great in the end, and I want to have this here, even if it doesn't match the theme, or I'm a beginner and I want to leave this for my first journal as it is, and then for the next journal I want to decide what to do here. Then I have the choice what to do here. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so let's start. First of all, I take this here, so one of these, and I say goodbye to the back side. Goodbye. It's a little bit hard because these images are really great, but we will not see them later. So I fold this here in half really exactly. If you have this folding board, how is that called? This, this scoreboard, then you can of course use that to make this fold really exactly. So I have only a tiny scoreboard, so I have to live with the measuring of my eyes here. So, but that's also possible. You can even correct it if it's not such correct when you do it the first time. So I think that's okay. And now I have the luck that this is nearly the half of DIN A4, as I said before. So when I have my DIN A5 page and I line it up here with this fold, then you can see that it goes here a little bit to the inside. So this is round about 3 millimeters, I would say, so that the pages in the end will be protected. So this is totally enough to protect the pages. And now you can decide if you want to line your paper up with this thing here, like so. That would be the most easiest way when you want to sew in the signatures into your book later. So when this is one line, it would be really easy to sew the signatures in, but you also have to do it really exactly. So yeah, that it doesn't happen that, let me show you from the back side, the page comes out, for example, like so. That would be not so nice. So yeah, you have to decide how you want to do it. If you want to line it up here, so I mean like so and so, put the paper to the middle here, approximately to the middle. So let me show you like this, then you can see it better. Put it to the middle like so, and then we make a mark here and here where this paper ends, and also on the other side. And then when we have that, we take the second thing here, fold it in half like we did before with the other piece, and then I put this on top of the other one and trace those marks that I've made before, so that I have the marks on both pieces here at in the same yeah, on the same place. So the next thing is I want to fold this, and later on I can't see those marks, so I make it now so that I can see where I have to fold that. So I have these little things here in exactly the same place than on the other piece. Then I take the first one, fold it like so, and then I will fold this thing here from the bottom to the inside. And I line it up here exactly where my marks are. Then fold it like so. And on the other side as well. Where is it? Can't see it here. Like so. So that you now have these both things here that are, yeah, too much for the height of these signatures, folded to the inside. Then you take it and fold it like so. Then you can also use your bone folder again to make this a little bit more flat and regular, like this. And then the first thing I like to do is I like to check if this fits. So I take my page here, line it up, and I check the height if this is exactly, and I think it's okay. So when we have that, I take the second one and do the same, but first I do it only on this side, so only one side, fold that in half, I mean, no, what am I talking here, not in half, you know what I mean, to the inside. So this is folded to the inside now, and then, I mean, we measured those little marks here with our eyes and with the help of such a paper, and that of course cannot be such correct as when you would yeah, use a machine or whatever. So I like to take this little mark here, fold it, but only a little bit, hold it like so, and then I take the second thing here and look if this is the same. So it's easier when you put it here where the fold is, and then you can see if that's really the same height. And if not, you can correct that a little bit. Then press this and fold it. And then you will get the same piece, I mean the same size. of this piece as the other one is. Hopefully. So let's fold that to the other side as well, like so. Okay, so then we have this. Let's check that again if that's correct. Yeah, so this is exactly the same size. Okay, now when we have this, this later on will be like so here in the journal. It will be sewn in with the first signature, you know. And this is the outside that will be seen, yeah, when you have the book closed. And of course, we need something here to cover this up. And for that, you can use the second piece of this scrapbooking paper that you have chosen. And now you can decide if you want to have some pockets here as well, because of course this piece is much bigger, because yeah, we have no folds here. It's much bigger, so you can decide if you want to put it like so and then fold this thing here like so. And in this case, I think that would look really nice. Can that go with the colors in the printable? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so let's do it. So I line this up here on the top so that this is in one line with the piece below. You can also do it like so, so that you can see it better. And then I will mark it here and fold this to the inside, like so. You can also check when you put this here if it's the same height on the other side. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so now we have this, the first piece here with its little flaps to the inside, the other piece on top like so, and this here is also folded to the inside. And from this thing we can make two pockets, one on this side and one on this side. And now I would like to, so that I can, you will see it in a second, I would like to fold this in half as well, like so. Let me put this away, like so, so that I can see where the middle is of this whole thing. So now I can see here is the middle. Hopefully you can see that. Of course, here's this fold. And then I would like to take such a thing here. And this can make a round corner, or it can make this little notch. So I try to find the middle here. So here's the middle of this whole thing, and here's the end, and I want to try to find the middle, so I mean approximately the middle. Of course you could measure this, but yeah. Then I press this and I have this little thing here, so that it's, yeah, obviously easier to put something in and out when this is a pocket later. Why is this so strange? Okay, so let's do it here as well. Like so. And if you want to have this distressed, of course you have to do it now, because later on you can't reach those edges. So let's first only do this edge here. The rest we can do later. And now yeah, we want to sew this together. So you can, one thing is you can glue it, of course, but I want to sew it. And for that plan, I will take my glue stick first to bring these pieces together so that they can't move when they are under my sewing machine. So I just put here a little bit of glue just to hold that, oopsala, just to hold that together. Then I take this thing, put it on top, line it up really well, like so. And if you use a glue stick for this thing, it's also a good idea because you can yeah, move it around a little bit when the glue is still wet. And now I will go to my sewing machine and I will sew around this. But first we have to yeah, I think we have to do that. So here in the middle, you can see when I close this, then here in the middle of this slot is too much paper. So yeah, the paper will come together there, and then you can't close your signature so well. So I will take this here and just cut a small, really narrow triangle like so. That looks strange, I know, but later we can cover that up, or if you can cut it really well, of course you can leave it like it is. And if you don't like this here, I mean, that looks really strange, you can also take, yeah, some kind of a thing that you can measure it, and you can, for example, make a straight line like so, and on the other side as well, and then cut this straight. That's also of course possible. Sometimes I like those not such straight cuts, but of course that's personal preference how you want to do that. Okay, so let's do it like so. And then of course you can also distress these little things there. And now I will go to my sewing machine and sew around this, and then I will be back. Okay, so here we go. I have sewn around here with this zigzag stitching, and I think that looks really, really nice. And not only that, when you sew this, then of course this gets much sturdier. So this thing, yeah, is now really, really sturdy. Of course, not the same sturdiness like the hardcover book itself, but yeah, I think you can't destroy it. It's, of course you can destroy it, drive over it with your car and it is destroyed, but you know what I mean. This sewing gives these edges much more sturdiness than when you only would glue them. Of course, if you have no sewing machine, you can sew that by hand, or you can only glue it. And now when you have this and you try to fold it back, you can see it makes something like this, of course, because here this paper is really thick, and you have to, yeah, bring it a little bit in the direction that it shall be. So you have to take your bone folder or something similar and press this, and then you can see it's really easy to get this fold really nice. But when you use really, yeah, I would say not cheap, but you know, not such expensive paper, probably it can happen with expensive paper as well, but here you can see the paper gets some damages. When I fold it and when I use my bone folder, then the paper is breaking here, and of course I don't want to have that. But you can do it like so, after you have made the fold, and then lay it to your table like this, and use some really, really white washi tape. So I have this one here, and I want to glue this here on top, and to make sure that this is really secure and really yeah, sticking well, I take some additional glue. I take this glue stick and put some glue here so that the washi tape can stick there really well. If you are new to junk journaling and perhaps you heard something about washi tape and that every junk journaler needs washi tape, perhaps, but then you perhaps don't know that washi tape glues not so well. So yeah, please, when you use washi tape, you want that it stays there forever, use some glue underneath, and then you can make really beautiful and sturdy things with it. Okay, so let's just do it like so, and I think I got some glue there on the tape. That's not so nice. No problem. Then we cut this here in one line with this cover thing. Okay, don't do it as strange as I have done it. But with this glue stick, it's no problem to remove the glue from the washi tape. Now it's totally gone, just by rubbing over it a little bit. Then I will correct this here on the top so that it's really one line. Just cut it. And then I will go over this tape here with my bone folder to get all those, yeah, air bubbles that perhaps are there out of this. Perhaps some glue that was too much can also be pressed out like so. And what you also can do to reinforce this fold, you can use some fabric. So now when we have this, and I'm thinking about if I want to do that later, you can use some fabric that is probably this width, so I mean a little bit smaller like the washi tape, and then you can go here like so, for example something like this, but a little bit, you know, a little bit wider like so, and then that could look also really nice when you want to glue that here. Let it dry, then fold this thing back to its original position, and when you then sew this into your journal, it will be there forever. Then this is, yeah, I would say a second protection next to this washi tape. But I think with the washi tape it's also okay. So now we have this. Then we need a second thing, exactly the same thing. And when I have this, I will do that out of camera. When I have that, then I will be back and I show you how you can put the journal together with these both things and you have an enlarged cover. I will be back in a second. Okay, so here I'm back. Now we have two of these things here. So for the second thing, I decided to make this thing with the pattern in the opposite direction. So I used this, yeah, damask looking thing here for the back side, not the back side, for the background, and the pockets here for the foreground. And as you can see here, it's the other direction. I thought that could look also a little bit interesting when this is sewn into the journal later. And now when you want to put these things here together, of course you need your signatures. I don't have my signatures finished now, of course, yeah, because this is the second part of this little series here on my channel. But imagine you have your signatures here. For example, this is signature 1. Please imagine it's a whole signature with much more pages. Then you put this here, this first thing, around the first signature, like so. I mean, this first thing that we've made is only this outer page of the first signature. When you open it, here is the second page of the first signature. And here you will go on with your other pages, and if you flip it like so, then this will be the last page of the first signature. Then here you will put your other signatures with normal paper without such a thing around. And when you have that, this here goes around the last signature. So here the other signatures are in between, and you take your papers from the last signature, put them into here, so that this is the first page of the last signature, the second page, and so on. Other papers here, like this. This is the last page of the last signature, and then you close it like so. And then you have your whole signatures here. So of course, please imagine that this is much thicker. And then you can sew that into your journal as you would do it with normal signatures as well. But the difference will be that you have this sturdy thing here on the front, and when you turn it around, this sturdy thing here on the back side. So that looks a little bit strange now because here the pages are missing, but I think you can imagine what I want to say. And now, of course, you could decide if you want to make some decorative things. Of course, you can decide that later as well, but I just thought perhaps we could add some book corners. You can do that now or later, as I said, but I just wanted to give you the imagination how that can look. Oh, this is a little bit damaged. It's a little bit hard to get that. Yeah. Please imagine that this is in the right position. I have to flatten the book corner there a little bit before I can attach it. You can do it like so, that only the book corners are on this smaller piece of the cover now. Or you could also take some bigger book corners and put them here. So I think that could also look really interesting when you have this both corners there. Sorry, that looks a little bit strange here now with this other thing. But I think you can imagine. Please tell me what you would do. Would you add 2 corners or would that look strange? I mean, if the book corners are only on this outer piece of the cover and these are not here, of course the brain is thinking that this is the size of the book, and that's of course some kind of a goal that we have when we do this thing here. So yeah, leave a comment what you think, what it's better or what you like better. I would be really interesting about that. And what I also want to say, thank you to all of the people out there, perhaps you as well, excuse me please, who already bought this Ocean Eyes paper collection. So I have that in my shop, brand new, and there are so many people who are thrilled about this paper collection, and I can't tell you how happy this makes me. I appreciate everyone who is leaving some nice comments about my paper, and your opinion about my paper is so highly appreciated, you can't imagine. And when I see that so many people are buying this paper from my Etsy shop, I'm more than happy, and I want to thank everyone for your support. This helps me such a lot, and it means so much to me. So thank you very much for that. If you missed it, and if you are new to this channel perhaps, or if this is the first video that you are watching here on this channel, this paper collection can be found in my Etsy shop. There's also an ephemera pack that's coming with this kit, with this set. So yeah, with the ephemera pack, it's a kit, however you would call it. The link is down below in the description box so that you can check that out. And yeah, so that's it for now. You will see me sewing in this whole stuff here into the journal, of course, later on in this video series, when I have all my signatures together and have all the sewing done and all the decorative stuff that I want to do before I sew the signatures in. I will give you some tutorials about how you can decorate your papers, and yeah, some things, you know, some tutorial things and some new ideas and inspiration. And in my next video, I would like to show you how I made this little stand here for my ephemera. So what you can see here inside is the ephemera that comes with this Ocean Eyes paper collection. And I made this little thing here so that I can store my ephemera during my process while I'm working on this journal, so that I don't lose my tags and my journaling cards and that stuff. If you're interested in how I made this from some old books, then please check out my next video. You have to wait only a few days, then this comes out. I think the day after tomorrow. I don't know exactly, but you will see it. If you want to be informed about when I upload a new video, then please subscribe to my channel. I would be really, really happy if you do that. And yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here with me again, and I hope you could learn something new. Perhaps, yeah, if you have some questions, leave a comment, and hopefully we will see you the next time. Bye bye.